From meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree, show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonder.
Good morning, guys. Mega GMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Maybe crypto did die a little yesterday. It might be that bad. It might be might be over, boys. It's good to see you, cats. Gravity, good morning. Get out, just pack it up, leave, fold. We went all in. We played our hand, and maybe it wasn't a winning hand this time around. Okay, come on. I know Katz is kidding. You know, I'm mostly kidding. Well, let's talk about it today. Let me get a tweet out here, and then let's get into our show. We got a great guest coming on today. I don't even know if I don't think I say it right. AMAI or AMAI. We'll find that out pretty damn soon. You know, as I try to find that balance on the days where we have a guest, 30 minutes of, kind of market, macro talk, and then 30 minutes with our guest, right? Finding that balance. And I've probably been trying to speed run through like every topic, and instead of fitting it into an hour, it's fitting it into that first 30 minutes. I think that first 30 is just going to be a little more casual, maybe like one or two topics. And today, kind of continuation of yesterday, but probably makes sense to keep on this market and try to make some sense of it. I'll say this. You've got both sides. You've got the side saying it's over, and you got the other side saying like the good part. We've had some great parts already too. I mean, geez, but the best part may be still ahead of us. And like I often will say, okay, it's probably one of those scenarios where everybody's right. It's just like a perspective thing. I'm not sure if that applies here. I'm not sure. I think somebody has to be wrong on this. It's either over or it's not. And I lean on one side. We'll talk. The one little kind of caveat is how many of those people saying it's over still say, well, I still think we do the Bitcoin all-time high thing. It is different this time around, man. It is really different. And I think a lot of those people saying it's over probably think it's over for like a majority of cryptos, but still not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is different. And so like, I think it's so nuanced here. I don't think it's over or it's just getting started, which sounds silly. When I say those words, it sounds silly. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys? I think it's a way more nuanced conversation. And so like anybody picking that side firmly and like pointing at the other side and saying they don't know, it's not that simple this time around. All right, let me get this tweet out here. Again, AMAI. On in about 30 minutes here. Really looking forward to that chat too. Like been digging into the project, and you can tell they've been cooking for a while now. Timing's so interesting, right? If they launched a week ago, game on, right? And what a difference just, the week or a few days makes. All of a sudden, it's like, okay. Gonna have to work for that price action now. All right, let me drop a link in the chat. All right, hit the like on the show. We're on X, we're on Abstract, we're on YouTube. Are we on Kick today? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if we're on Kick right now. Hit the like wherever you're watching. Come over to YouTube, subscribe over here. Just ride with us for the next, maybe the last week of life on YouTube. I think the YouTube thing's fine, by the way. I'm pretty sure it is. But we'll find out. We'll find out in a week. Luna hit a massive short. What? Whoa. Luna, what side do you actually? I'm going to ask all you guys in a second here what side you're on. Mark, good morning, man. Good to see you, sir. 30 minutes. Why? Can't wait. Follow CryptoSlam over on X. Follow SlamAI_XYZ on X. Go check out the white paper. Builders, come join us, man. Come join us. Come tap into our data. We have the best token pricing data in all of crypto. We do on Ethereum and on Base. And I think it actually goes beyond that too, but I'll just say those two because I know for sure those two. The best token pricing data, period. Much more than that. Come connect with us in Slam Nation. Over on CryptoSlam, you'll find the pinned post here. Join us. Let us get you tapped into our APIs. We'll give you some free credits there. Get connected. Tap into all the CryptoSlam data. Hell, do the MCP. You don't have to use the API. Use the MCP. But if you do API, let's get cooking over X402. We got a lot going on. Come build with us in Slam Nation. And come join. It's free to join. We'll give you those free credits to come test out the APIs. And a lot more to come, guys, including and maybe especially tomorrow. The big Will and Goon show. Can't wait. Love those guys. Likewise, bro. You know. It's I love this chat, dude, because I can't wait. Because probably, maybe, I don't know. Big Will and Goon show tomorrow, their 50th anniversary show. 50th episode, right? Big milestone, dude. They're doing the marathon stream. I can't wait. I'll be listening probably the whole thing. Let me think. Yeah, probably the whole thing. Actually, this goes overnight for me. This is all like UTC, right? So I'll be on there. Scott will be on there. I might be rocking the SlamAI account, but we'll be on there sharing updates from the Swarm and SlamAI. It'll be me. It'll be Scott. It's at like 4. I think this is like 4:45 p.m. or 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. So just a heads up about that. But catch us and catch our friends from Ring Fence and our friends from Cyber Sentry. And all, like I love this virtuals community, man. You know, you see all the familiar faces here and how many of these projects and teams are working together and building together. And there's our boys from Quant Fun and Billy Betts and John from It's Gloria. You know, like it's a pretty cool thing we're all cooking up here together. So it's a big stage for everybody here. Excited to be on that show. Love those guys. I saw this. I just pulled it up. I didn't even read it. I don't think I'm going to spend more than 10 seconds on it. BNB announced on Wednesday that ZachXBT will support its community in combating scams. Yeah, interesting. Funny enough, Binance is accused of that, and I don't know. But Zach's great. So, dude, they're probably paying that man. They're paying that man. Luna, we don't know yet. They dropped a tease, right? But they didn't drop the date. So yeah, this is all we got from Monad, but I don't know. Hopefully we're cooking by then. There's a really good chance we are. There really is. Let's get to why. The fear and greed index is at a wicked low at a 20. This is on Coin Market Cap at 20. Yeah, we're gonna go. They're gonna go grab those guys for sure. And this gets into the conversation of what's happening, and again, we'll get to that in just a moment here. But I'm not going to jump ahead too far. Fear, greed, at a 20, and you feel it out there, man. You feel it out there. Everybody's scared. I don't know if they should be or not. Maybe. Jim Cramer saying we're in a bear market. It's bullish. That's definitely bullish. But okay, guys, where are we at? You tell me. Where are we at? Disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacent. I could match up events with this, by the way. Like, also, the chart's bullshit. But where are we at? Are we at anxiety? Are we at denial? Are we at panic? Are we on the other side of this, waiting for something kind of still special to happen? I'll tell you what, like, I can think of a lot of like really current like events and also like, posts out there on the timeline that are very much the anxiety and denial. I see those posts like all day long now. Dip's taking longer than expected. That's like the whole M2 liquidity chat, right? Denial is, I'm telling you, I'm seeing those posts like crazy right now too. It's this token's underrated because of X, Y, Z. It's like that. It's like, I'll tell you what, man, anxiety denial kind of tracks. And I don't believe we're there, but it kind of tracks. I can kind of get with, again, the chart's bullshit. It kind of doesn't mean anything. But I kind of think we have another euphoria stage, and that's ultimately my take. That's my stance. Maybe the Trump time was euphoria, Trump token. Also, Bitcoin all-time high, not this past one that was so short-lived, but maybe over the summer. That was euphoria, kinda. I don't know. Maybe the last real euphoria we had was the Trump meme coin, like around there. I don't think that's the last euphoria we have this cycle, though. I don't. So while it feels like anxiety, denial, and kind of panic, I'll say this. We have a lot further to fall at some point, but I also think we have a lot of upside here, too. There's some weird concerning stuff. Yet we're bearish with the biggest catalyst, the biggest signal here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beaver Moon arrives tonight, depending on where you're at. It's the brightest supermoon since 2019, which happened to all on its own kick off a Giga Bull run. I hope. Come on. I just hope. I hope. Give me that. Please just give me that. Funny enough, it kind of tracks. All right, quickly, let's look at the market. Dude, brutal yesterday. Nothing like 1010, but also similar-ish to 1010, as in like something feels different, something feels broken, it's not the same now. Bitcoin right now just under 103. On some exchanges, Bitcoin dipped under 100. On at least one, dipped under 100. It's getting a little scary. ETH at 3,300, down 16% in the past week. Ripple 227, BNB 958. Solana's down 20% to $159. And so we're right back to where we were yesterday, where we were just a few weeks ago. Everybody trying to figure out, dude, Luna, yes. And actually, I think I'm following Dr. Profit as of just today. Let me peek at my follows. I want to double check if that's who I just followed today. It's a great account. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe not, dude. The Profit? Same thing, or is that different? I think that's different. This is an agent or an AI account, but it's great, dude. It's so good. I like that. I think that's the play right now. I think that's the play. There you go. But also, Mufasa, to that point, when I was showing the chart and I was talking about the denial, my investments are with great companies, they'll come back. It kind of feeds into that, doesn't it? And I'm saying that same thing too. I'm there. All right, let me peek at Dr. Profit. And damn it, I got to move quick. We got 15 minutes before I'm not following. Is that it? That's not it. DM me, Luda. Send me a DM. But okay. Pick your side. This is what we got to do, guys. Pick your side. Are you on the side of this is manipulation? This is more to do with the government shutdown? Or are you on the side of the cycle ran its course? And I don't think you're wrong either side. Nobody knows. But Marty Party's been excellent calling these liquidation levels, calling this 50% retracement from all-time high. He's great at that. He's got a great track record. You can't argue with the guy. You could tell him he's reading maybe this time wrong, but you can't argue with that this guy's great at it. So are we seeing just the same thing? And kind of like Luna's saying is that there's a lot of shorts that are set to be wiped out up to, what did he say, 116? Are we going to see the flip side? I kind of think so. I buy into the Marty Party, research narrative, whatever. I buy into it. And it's more than one thing. It's a lot going on. So you got that side. This is just market manipulation. Again, government shutdown too, or the cycle ran its course and there were signs all along the way. And I'm there as well. I can see that. I can get myself in that headspace. That's kind of what euphoria looks like. Although I don't know if that was token 2049 or what. And we definitely weren't euphoric then, but we were feeling pretty good. But Beanie's also got a great track record for calling things. And Beanie is technical enough. Maybe he doesn't post his technical stuff, but he's technical. But he's like, if you talk about like an excellent, maybe like vibe trader, that's him. Like, he's so experienced. He's got a feel for those cycles, and he's excellent at calling tops. He's excellent at that stuff. I really listen when Beanie's talking. And if we're going back 3 weeks or so after the 10-10 liquidation of anything. This is different, man. We're not coming back for a while. And at that point, we debated what does a while mean? In crypto, a while could mean just some weeks. It could mean like 8 weeks, which is not a long time, but it could be that. And if that's the case, then it tracks. Then he's right. I think we all buy into the Santa rally, which we're talking like 8 weeks, 10 weeks from here. I mean, it tracks. But then you got the hanger-oners. It's kind of like me. I'm guilty of doing this too. Like punks, he's talking punk strategy, but also talking about crypto punks. Fortunately for crypto punks like Bitcoin, it'll go up in perpetuity, which I kind of believe. I do. I still think punks are like that $1 million asset. And just to be clear, when I say punks to $1 million, I don't mean it's very specifically $1 million, right? It just means punks are going up to a really big number over, a pretty long time frame. That might be 500,000. It might be 2 million. I don't know. It just means punks at some point when crypto culture and internet culture become like this dominant thing. It's kind of crypto punks, and they're already in a league of their own. But we get guilty of this, and this kind of misleads people who maybe aren't as experienced. They really do buy into that stuff, and I get why that can be, I don't know, kind of dangerous. But look, if Beanie's right and the cycle topped and there were signs, there were, man. This cycle's actually, it's been going on so long. Guys, think back to, we've been almost up only since the end of 23. From like 16K Bitcoin up to 125, 126K Bitcoin just a few weeks ago. So the question right now is a majority of the good time and a majority of this cycle behind us, whatever the cycle is a majority of this run behind us, or are we halfway there? That's the question. That's really what the question is. I think most people agree. Well, we'll see. Guys, do you think Bitcoin hits another all-time high this cycle? I think we mostly all are on the same page there that it does. But maybe this week, more than even like a month ago, probably a lot of people think no. But we had ERC 404s were this cycle. Remember like the Pandora NFTs? That was this cycle. Ordinals were this cycle. Runes were this cycle. Like the meme coin mania was this cycle. The Trump meme coin this cycle. CCM, the AI meta, all this cycle. We think back to like last cycle, and it was like the NFT thing, and we had all these milestones. Like, man, remember that mint? Remember Karafuru? Remember the other side? Remember Cool Cat? Remember all these things that you woke up and you're like sitting on tens of thousands of dollars? We had those moments here, and we had a lot of them. Man. What's up, Marty? Some people are keeping receipts, cats. I get some funny ass DMs. Some people keep receipts on every little prediction or whatever. And so it's like sometimes I feel like I got to give it a little more context. Marty's a no. Marty's like no new Bitcoin all-time high. Okay. But dude, again, we had so many moments. And so the question still, do we have any more ahead of us? And I have so much trouble seeing no. All those token airdrops coming, and many of those still next year, Basin, OpenSea specifically. And I think Mask next year. 3 big token drops next year, like big token drops. Now, if the market's ass, then they're not so big, but those coming next year, and regulations coming, like good crypto regulations coming. And all these, like, what is it, like Morgan Stanley and Citi getting into crypto. Like, there's so much coming. It's so hard to see us not having some really, really great action. Maybe next year is just like this year. A couple moments of hot, and then a couple moments of, oh, fuck, it's over. And I might lean that way. But also, like, check it out, man. Why do some people like me lean into we're not done? Why don't I try to make the case for the other side, right? That it might be over, that we had a traditional cycle and we're done. And the reason is, guys, and it's like, it should be kind of obvious. I don't play the market like that. I'm not incentivized for that kind of market. That kind of market doesn't matter to me. I'm not trading with big money where I'm aiming for what? A 2x even. Or I'm not aiming for 50% gain. I'm aiming for euphoria. I'm aiming for that market where you can hit 100x's, 1000x's. And most of this space is exactly that. So we're all looking at the space with those colored glasses and hoping that comes. You're like making your case for that to still be a thing. We're all approaching this market so different. And here's the thing: if we're in that bear market, if the best is done, and like we're cooked for this cycle, it's like our day to day doesn't change then, because like market conditions, like right now, I'm not trading. I'm not hitting any 10x's or 100x's. I'm not trading anything in between. I'm not getting them. So like the difference between now and what a bear market would look like, there's basically no difference. So I'm not even looking for I'm not looking for that. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's probably a bad thing. But that's why so many people talk about it like they are and are so optimistic about it, because the difference between now and bear market isn't anything to them. Like they don't care. It doesn't change their strategy. They don't have to make market moves based around that. They're not stabling up really. I hope you're stabled up decently right now anyways, but maybe right now is the time to be deploying. Maybe that's where the conversation should be. Is this the time where you get back in and you get some positions? But double topped first in January with the election, then October 4th, like the 4chan dude said, dude, he called it. He said October 6th would be the top. He basically nailed it, dude. And we chopped down, and I buy all of that. I buy all of it, and then I'll say I still kind of don't. Also, I still kind of dude, I don't know. Nobody fucking knows. Okay. What we have going on this cycle that we didn't last cycle, and it's a big problem. Okay, all the things we're talking about that move this market are like institutional kind of things. They're really big. They're really big. It's the legislation. It's the big money coming in. It's not normal people coming in who have no money, and they do not have money. I know, dude, it's a struggle for me right now. It's a super struggle for most other people. It is. Look at this, dude. And my wife does like part-time. She'll do like shipped, right? She'll do like grocery deliveries. And she tells me she notices it with people's like orders. She can tell, and like people she talks to have like cut back their groceries like substantially because they can't afford it. She can tell, and she's like, it's sad when she sees orders that's like crackers and bread and like, like that's what it is right now. That money that we hope would come in here and start buying up our bags and playing memes, they're not coming. They're not coming. This is all real. And this does affect the market for sure. For sure. But still, we got to figure out like why exactly this is happening. Again, is it cycle over? Is it something just like a real specific reason? Dude, leverage trading has got to be got to be a reason here. It to me, it has to be. How many more people than ever before are leverage trading? And that's what they're arguing right here. What we're seeing is a wiping out of all these leverage positions. 300,000 traders a day are being liquidated on average right now. I don't know compared to last cycle, up, down, I assume way up, but to me, a big old factor. Biggest factor, and I can't see the other side of this argument, is the government shutdown, which really does feel like it was a tool for this past election yesterday. Really does feel like a tool. It felt like it was purposeful. We probably, this is hopium, but we probably open up. I mean, at this point, at any moment, government reopens here in the States. And we need it to, because that's the biggest needle mover we have. Now, if that doesn't move the needle, we're fucked, dude. That would be it. If it doesn't move the needle. What's up, man? Good morning. What's up, Catsy? Good to see you, dude. If the government reopens and it doesn't move the needle, then I think we're probably done. Okay, let me get through some other points like quickly because we got AMAI. Oh, God damn it, so bad with names. Raoul Pal's lost favor with like the kind of the community. Kind of has, right? Because he's so bullish, and when it doesn't play out how he says, kind of time frame he says, everybody wants to say he's wrong, and I don't think he's wrong. I don't think you can predict. Yeah. Well, that's actually gotten. I think nearer odds are getting more in favor of like a sooner reopening, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it's super close. I'm just saying it could at any moment. Probably won't. Let's just say sooner rather than later at this point. We hope. But Raoul Pal might still be right. I hope he's still right. Obviously do. Still do. And this is probably your biggest factor. But look, at this point, everybody was like an M2 expert. Now all of a sudden, everybody's a TGA expert, the Treasury General account. But it makes sense. It makes sense when you get guys putting out here, let me zoom this in, but some really good posts showing like why it matters so much. You're essentially looking at the TGA contracting. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me find that. Let me find that, Luna. But it's correlation to the price of Bitcoin. And when that TGA account is loading up, I should say when it's offloading, it's Bitcoin all-time high. It's what we've seen historically here. And we're going back how many years here? 10 years. Something there, fam. I buy it. I buy it. I buy it. I got to move quick because we're going to get to our guest here. But let's just say this. This was kind of awesome. Okay, government shutdown will come. It's going to come to an end, obviously. Sooner rather than later, we hope. But yesterday, Trump officially said, look, the administration's war on crypto is over. Is it? I mean, it is. Okay, it is. I feel it. It is, but there's still some dominoes that need to fall, and that is literally just, it's the Clarity Act is maybe the final domino that needs to fall. There's other things too, but it's probably the biggest one here. But words do matter, maybe less than they used to, but words do matter. But Cynthia Loomis is right. Market structure, most important piece of digital asset legislation in U.S. history. Agreed, it is. And it is a needle mover, maybe the biggest we have. Damn, if we didn't have what happened here in the past month or so, I would say that's maybe the biggest needle mover this cycle. I'm not sure it's the biggest now, but it could be. So we're waiting for that, and I think potentially the biggest needle mover. Potentially. Cut that audio. It's the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, which we know is kind of established, but funded, no. It was with seized assets, but us acquiring more Bitcoin, no. But that's a big old X factor here too, that I know we don't talk about anymore. We used to on a daily basis, and it's one of those things that was really moving. It was really moving this market. Just like everything here, hype, speculation, right? That was really fueling us for a while. It doesn't now. And that's why if there is something implemented, a purchase plan for Bitcoin, remember the goal was for the U.S. government to hold 1 million Bitcoin. It was 200,000 Bitcoin purchased a year. If that plan ever comes to be, and I don't trust that it does, but if it ever does, it moves this market. Man, what do I want to wrap with here? I got too much to say still. We didn't even get to Pudgy Penguin, so we'll do that. We're gonna have to do that tomorrow. But I will say this: my biggest fear, cycle, wherever we're at in it, my biggest fear, it's a black swan event. You know what I mean? Like it's a black swan event. It's kind of that simple. It's a thing like we don't even see it coming. We don't know what it is. My biggest fear is always something that a product everybody's touching that breaks, crumbles, whatever. I see a post like this. I'm not saying this is it. I have no clue, but I see a post like this and it scares the shit out of me, dude. This dude, imports his MetaMask wallet, whatever, on another device. It's got 178 accounts. Or I should say, I don't know how many he had, but he tried to import his wallet and he ends up getting connected to somebody else's wallet. Can't recover his wallets. Dude, I got to say, that's the kind of thing that scares the shit out of me and would probably hurt more than anything if you have some widespread happening like this where everybody loses access to their wallets. That's it. That's what scares me. It's like an FTX kind of scenario, different, but like that. That's the stuff that scares me, man. And so I stay optimistic, cautious, though. You get the deal. Real quick, I'll just mention Pudgy Penguins and virtuals. We got to tease yesterday, and we got to see what the hell they're actually doing, which is spicy. I love this. Pudgy Penguin, animations, GIFs, memes, whatever, creating them right through virtuals. Right through virtuals, dude. I love this. Not with Acolyte, like we were kind of guessing. It's not through Acolyte. It's through, Lucin? Whatever. Dude, it's official. This is an official Pudgy Penguins virtuals collaboration. Tweet, like right on the timeline, you can make a post and ask for a video. They're hit or miss, dude. I'll show this real quick, and then we're going to get our guest on here. Pengu AI. This is the account that's making those, at least showing the content. Again, it's Lucin, whatever, that's generating them. Not Acolyte, dude. I got to check Acolyte price after. Some are good, some are not so good. Also, Katz probably knows the answer to this. You can do this through, again, on X, you can do it through ACP. Last I saw, there's no charge to do these. I don't know if you can actually farm ACP points doing this. And if you can, and there's no charge, well, then go go grind away on that thing, man. Because I mean, get your ass up on that leaderboard. Cats, do you get points for making these if you do it through Butler? Anyway, really cool to see. Really big collab. Let's see if we get some more like Luca involvement, engagement in virtuals. And we'll see. We'll see. It's a big partnership. I dig it. All right, Maxim, dude, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come up. That's what's up. Here we go. Oh, almost here we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, good morning. Good to see you, man.
Morning, brother. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. How you doing? This big day.
Excellent. It's big day. It's been years of work coming to this, so excited.
That's what's kind of wild. Yeah, some people don't know how much time goes into these projects and the products, and because I mean, to be fair, we get some stuff that'll show up on virtuals that that just got put together 3 weeks before, and then you get something like this where, like you said, it's been years in the making. And I learned that just from listening to some of your past interviews and chats, and I'm like, oh, you've been cooking for a minute, you've been cooking for a while, so pretty
We've
cool.
been at this for AMAI particular for 2 years, and then I spent decade in AI space, and agentic systems was my obsession for last 5 years. So it's all coming together today.
Experience. That's what we like to hear. All right, let me throw this up on the screen. AMAI, is that how you pronounce it?
AMAI. Yes.
AMAI. Okay, I'm gonna jot it down because I butcher names, dude. 30 minutes till go time. Okay, cool. And I have you for 30 minutes here because you actually got a big spaces coming up at the top of the hour here, don't you? Like right along with launch. Nice, really cool. All right, well then, let me tell you like the kind of like the topics I want to hit. Get a good overview so people can make their decisions if they want to jump in and play the launch game, which nothing beats it. There's nothing more fun than that.
Absolutely.
Would love to hear. And again, I'll just go down the list and we'll start tackling them. But I want to hear about the platform and kind of because it's really in depth. It's really cool. But the platform and its structure and like the whole playground of agents and how you launch them, we'll get to that. The gamification of it, I think, is so cool. I want to talk about kind of the brains behind these agents, right? Like what's powering them. And then like royalties that you're doing there and the tokenized skills. So cool. So kind of like more broadly, like what I want to get to, but why don't we kick it off with the platform itself, and what it is. And also I'll say this, there is a difference between the agent and then the platform. Is almost like two pieces to this. Do I understand that right?
Correct. Yes. Let's go into the platform first, and then I can break it down a bit more. The platform came from an idea of how we were looking at LLMs, and I was messing with LLMs from like GPT-1, GPT-2. And me and the team, we had experience working with LLMs, attaching skills. Later, we started calling it agents in the research space. More that became a thing that actually delivers value, because we could focus on making LLMs that think in the same way that humans do, but we are like a decade away from making it real. So agents and interaction with real world became a thing we focused on. From that, our experience showed us that when you work with AI systems, they are inherently high entropy systems, right? More noise, more chaos you add to the system, more nonlinear results start to show up. So we started thinking, how do you recreate it? And that's where the idea of agent versus agents or PvP arena came in. You just throw a bunch of agents together. Second learning that we had working with LLMs was it's very difficult to create agent that is good at everything, right? If you look at a lot of platforms out there, they try to create one agent that is good and tries to excel at everything. And by the end of the day, it's kind of crap at everything that it does. It doesn't really focus on narrow on any particular set of skills. So that where idea of agent creator came to be. We want you to be intentional. You come into platform and you have very clear intention what this agent is going to do. You attach skills to this, and then question is, okay, I have an agent. It's excellent at one particular skill. How do I empower it? So we started creating swarms. It's like a cohort of agents where they empower each other. And then on top of swarms, we have system that we call Smart Swarm, where our Oracle system, AMAI, optimizes your swarm for you. It analyzes how agents talk to each other, how to split them into sub-swarms, and then you just throw entire thing into Arena. And point of Arena is two pieces. First of all, you stake AMAI token. Like, have you tried playing poker without any skin in the game?
you go, I mean, you kind of just, you play pretty recklessly, right? Because it
Yes,
doesn't matter. There's no stakes.
it changes behavior of players in the environment when there is nothing to gain or lose. So that's where AMAI, utility of AMAI token comes in. It's your skin in the game, or for agent skin in the game inside of competitive environment. And competitive environment allows us to do research and optimize agents behind the scenes. And at the same time, more when you create arena, more AMAI you stake and unlocks different skills or different settings for arena. You want 10x leverage inside of arena, you got it. You want winner takes it all or round robin, you got it. And then you throw agents, they perform, you see how they perform, you optimize. And you mentioned already the way we designed revenue split and winning split. Let's say you created Swarm that is actually excellent. Other people want to copy it. So you allow people to fork your Swarm. But we want you to constantly passively benefit from other people benefiting from your design. Right? So we keep really elaborate graph of how swarms were forked. And then we make sure that everything that somebody gains along the line trickles back to you.
I like that. They're like part of that, like it reminds me of like my old dream about NFTs, that if you like, minted an NFT and then ended up selling it, that you, even as like the seller of the NFT, could benefit down the line as other people like own the NFT, sell it, and like never came to be, but like that idea always made sense, and I always thought that would be like a very rewarding way to build out a platform, or again even an NFT collection. So I dig that a lot. Okay, so if I'm hopping on the platform and I want to launch an agent and start getting into like a trading competition, tournament, whatever, can I do it launching one agent, or is like my end game, is it always launching a swarm of agents?
Ideally, you want Swarm because agent can excel at trading, but there's a bunch of things. You want risk assessment and you want risk protection as well. Right? So adding those skills to the agent is not really useful. You want another agent that monitors your first main trading agent and make sure that it doesn't backfire. And so Swarm is the platform really allows you to express your creative thinking when it comes to decision making on the market. And Swarms is where it comes together. You fine tune agents for particular tasks, but then you route messaging and create logic of the swarm.
That makes sense. Okay, so it's like you were saying before, where we all did have it wrong. Like most people used to think you'd have like the all-knowing agent just did everything on its own, and then we learned quickly enough. It's like they get confused, they get lost. Specialize them in the one thing, and that's the idea here. Then you have your specialty in this specific task paired with this agent that's trained on this knowledge, and as much as you want to build it out, right? That's the idea.
Yes. You can think about this in this way that as humans, we don't really have infinite context. Like right now, we're speaking, and there is limited amount of context that we are conversing in, and agents have exactly the same problem, that they keep forgetting things. The way you start conversation with an agent on any AI system, after half an hour, it forgets how conversation started.
Yeah.
And same thing, we're kind of similar flavor of a thing where we saw in Swarms, where all the research that was done on multi-agent communication works if you have 3-5 agents. The moment you have, let's say you have a Discord channel where everybody has a task assigned, it works well where you have 3-5 people. The moment you have 20-50 people, it becomes mess. So that's why we started working on optimizing, doing smart swarms where each sub swarm has related set of tasks. They talk and then they report to main entity inside of the smart swarm.
Yeah, really cool. Are the agents on the platform, at least to start, they're like DeFi, or like trading agents? Is that correct? And will they always be that, or do you picture like branching out to like other kind of skill sets and utilities?
Yes, we want to branch out, but what DeFi gives us is financial autonomy for agents. Because really, this is something, if you try to create an agent and give it access to your credit card, you start getting in so many issues with that. So that's why DeFi was a breakthrough for us. We wanted fully financially autonomous agents. And DeFi is the way, right? Like Web3 payment rails is how this is done now.
So All right, here's a big one for me. I was hoping by this point, now, any projects that come on and are like in the DeFi kind of sphere, I always have to ask this. I was hoping by this point that DeFi and these like trading agents would have eaten DeFi, just like dominated it, right? Because we like I bought in the idea, and I actually still do, that we'd see. I mean, people thought we'd see like 80% on-chain transactions would be from agents. I buy that. I still think that makes a ton of sense, and I think we're just too early when we first started seeing this stuff ramping up last year. Is that closer to a reality now, or maybe the question is like, how much closer is that to a reality if you even buy that that's what it's going to look like?
I would say we are like 1-2 years away from actually agents performing on Web3 and being dominant players on the market. The thing that everybody underestimated is what's the technical entry barrier for agents to work with DeFi. Because making an agent that does Web3 transactions, it's not that difficult right now. Making it reliable and robust, that's a completely different game.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So like I haven't. I'm actually trying to think if I've used any yet. And so I'm thinking of the DeFi kind of tools, platforms, products. I don't think I've used any more than just like hopping on, testing it out, and it's for a couple reasons, right? Like I've seen some success stories using some of the like agents that'll trade for you, or again, a platform. But I've not heard a ton. It's kind of back to like I was hoping this would eat DeFi by now, hasn't. So I haven't seen a ton of huge wins yet. Maybe there's like a cost issue too with some of them. I'm not totally sure. Again, I haven't dove into it like too hard. But often it's even like maybe it's even too technical sometimes too. Or I would assume if it's AI, it's just more natural language. It's just like almost on autopilot. And I don't think those three have played out yet. So could you speak to like the ease of use of your platform, like what that'll look like for people to jump in and start using it? Like how hands-on are people going to need to be?
We want it to be as convenient, and that's why I constantly keep pushing the release of the platform, because my motto is it has to be simpler. It has to be simpler. It has to be more accessible. We don't want simply Web3 crowd coming in. We want it just be generally accessible. We want to obfuscate Web3 layer. This is a payment rails that we use, but it doesn't mean that people have to have expertise in Web3 to use the platform. And you mentioned something that I want to speak to about technical difficulties and natural language. One thing I discovered by creating attaching payment rails to agents, it's a problem of knowledge versus intelligence. Because if you think what's the perception of LLM when it comes to Web3, it's block scanners. LLMs truly believe that if they fake page that looks like a block scanner output, that's real. The biggest challenge that I was dealing with, teaching LLMs they have to go and actually transact rather than creating fake outputs like, hey, this is a transaction. And I kept saying to them, this is not real. You keep generating output of transaction because you think that's what Web3 is. It's not. You actually have to go out there, interact with systems, and then show me the proof.
Yeah. How do you train them to know the difference, in the long run?
We have pretty good trick right now. It's forcing LLMs into understanding what's real and what's not, right? And teaching them gradually this process. A lot of things that we do on the platform is, again, decades of working with intelligence systems. I don't want to speak too much because it's more really understanding how consciousness works and how intelligence comes to be in high entropy environments. But you can teach them, and it's an interesting process.
I mean, there's like all this theory or like the ideas of the best way to train agents, right? There's like reinforced learning, and one of those reasons I like crypto so much, it's like this incentivized learning too, right? So there's these competing ideas. I don't know if there's a winning, kind of training method yet. Maybe there is. I don't know. I'm like probably the least technical one here, but no, it is a challenge out there. It's yeah, interesting to hear you've got your own way of tackling that. Well, we'll have to do another like heady chat about it. Get more in the weeds. I like that. What's the tech behind the agents? If they're trading, where are they getting their brains from, and what kind of things will they be trading?
We have right now focus on base. I was working on The thing about creating Web3 payment rails was it's a trade-off. If we support multi-chain, we add complexity behind the agents, and agents really struggle with complexity. You want to give them very narrow pathway how to go through things. We can offload complexity to third party, but then agents start interacting with a black box and they can confuse because they have assumptions how this black box should function. So then we need to teach agents how to operate with this black box. Right now it's base. We will be launching on base app, then we're targeting world app, and then we're going to be expanding to multi-chain.
Real cool. Are they like behind the scenes in a test environment, like trading yet? And actually, maybe a better question is, so token launches, are people going to be able to start launching agents right away?
Not yet. So behind AMAI platform, there is this market analysis engine that powers everything. And it's very much creating narratives and creating certainty for other agents to take actions. So we want to give on virtuals through our agents access to this market intelligence system. And then we're going to slowly be expanding and giving more skill sets to the virtuals agent that we're launching.
Interesting. Do they get access to that information through, like you're gonna have an API, MCP, like people can connect and get that market intelligence from you guys?
Later down the line, at one point when we feel it's safe, because right now for that, it's big alpha, the way we do market analysis. And once we feel that there is enough competition who is capable of handling this set of tasks, we will open it up as well.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. I mean, like everybody has access to the blockchain. It's what do you do with that data? How do you process it? And how do you have an edge over other people? And man, the winning products will have figured that out. They will have an edge, and we'll see that with the performance of like what the agents and the users that are using that platform. So can't wait to see that. Yeah, really, really cool. What's the fee or cost to launch an agent? And are people paying in that AMAI token? Did I say it right, dude?
Yeah. We have fees. So you stake AMAI and you stake ETH. And at the same time, when you do staking, it's a malicious behavior detection system. So it's trust system. When you play video games like Valorant, they have anti-cheat. When you talk to developers of Valorant, they never really talk to you how anti-cheat works. They just give you promises of what it will, safety guarantees. So we have safety guarantees that we want to punish as fast as possible negative behavior or malicious behavior of agents. LLMs are very good at gaming any system you put them into. Right? They don't, if they find a hole how to win an arena, they will just use that. Because if you put agents in arena where everybody loses, the best way to outperform this arena, do nothing. So we want to negate and punish behavior like that. We want active participation inside of the competitive environment. And that's where AMAI plays. That's where ETH that you stake plays. If your agent actually misbehaves, we're going to flag it. We're going to start burning your stake.
Very cool. There, guys, and just timing wise, we can't get in depth with everything here. I'm going to link you to the website. You've got a really robust white paper there. Like it's really in depth. It's really good. I read the whole thing. It's better than most I see out there. So GG's there. But I want to make sure you guys read it because they've really covered a lot and it's well thought out. Even when I made my bullet points at the start and wanting to cover the platform, it's because there's so much there. That includes like the tokenized skills and like soulbound tokens. Can you describe like what all of that is? Because it's fascinating. Yeah, get into that and I'll have some more questions as you go.
Tokenized skills is also idea of persistent skills that are valuable on a blockchain and then attaching them to the agents. And soulbound token is really your agent's identity and trust on the blockchain. Because we want it to persist out there and be visible and transparent of if agent is malicious, we want to flag it inside of soulbound token. And we want to slowly downgrade it on the platform. With malicious behavior, the trick is you never tell malicious actor that it's malicious. You just label it and put it in its own group where other malicious agents can perform together. Because the moment you flag it, it's like, okay, I give up. Right. So you want to trick malicious behavior this way.
It's almost like when you get a scam call or a spam call and you keep him on the phone, you just keep him going to kind of waste his time.
Yeah. In the cybersecurity space, it's called a honeypot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's funny, dude. Are the skills tradable?
Skills are not tradable as we want more focus on agents, you being able to fork somebody's agent.
Right.
Because I was working 5 years ago on creating, I had a custom game engine where I was fine-tuning agents inside of this environment. And the thing that I realized, synthetic environments work up to the point, and at one point you have to go and interact with real world because it's ever changing. So let's say you create agent and performs well, it will perform in some given time span. Once it's obsolete, we want other people to be able to fork your agent if you open it up and tweak it and fine tune it and remove skills, add skills, and then that goes into a swarm and it's a completely different
Yeah,
kind
very
of
cool. By the way,
agentic
guys,
environment.
love it. Drop any questions in the chat. We just have just a couple minutes here. On your website, a lot of mentions of SUI, which I know you're expanding to. Was this initially going to launch over there, and then there was just like, I mean, you have to, if you're in AI, you got to be on base now. So is the idea to get off the ground on base? Token launches on base, but like maybe the brains of the platform will be over on SUI.
Brains and the platform want to be blockchain independent. We were targeting SUI, and at one point, I looked at my implementation and code base, and I realized like I created base SDK pieces already. And then I can go, as my background is engineering, right? I was programming competition kits in second grade. So I love going down this rabbit hole. And at one point, I asked myself, do I want to just sit in this rabbit hole or do I want to release product out there? So that was switched to base to just remove this layer of technical complexity and use something that feels ready for agentic environment, because our vision is 1 billion agents. And I can make it happen by myself, but it's a dead end of an approach when it comes to product development.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that makes sense. The Battle Pass Season 1, I guess for that to kick off, maybe it does kick off right away, but maybe do you need the agents live, people launching agents to kick that off, or can you even ramp that up with like mindshare campaigns?
Battle Pass is more about framing. We're going to compete in this given time frame, and then we're going to gather data and adjust the platform. So battle passes allow us to drastically pivot what's happening behind the scenes on the platform. Because the thing, what happens with products, and everybody who develop product knows, the moment you put any piece of legacy code that everybody starts assuming is default, it's impossible to get it out. So Battle Pass is for our system to actually do technical reset behind the scenes, and for community to know we're going to operate in this consistent environment for this amount of month, and then next Battle Pass, everything changes.
That's kind of cool. Like in a way, it's almost a way for the community to keep updated with your focus and what you're working on. It's almost like, people give their updates on X and you guys will too, but you're seeing kind of live progress on these certain tasks or quests that you might have. Yeah.
We want our audience to have this sense of safety that this is a couple of months when nothing is going to be drastically changing, and they can start understanding this environment. And then next season comes out and we adjust, we take all the feedback, we gather all the data, we do our research behind the scenes, and next season is completely different environment.
Man, really cool. Maybe last couple questions, and it's all stuff you've kind of touched on already, but just token utility, right? So you'll need to have some to launch agents. Staking, I think, is involved. Any other utility planned?
It's staking, and it's main focus when it comes to creating agents, intentionality. If you try to create agent that is good at everything, we want it to cost way more, because we want to discourage audience from trying to create the silver bullet type of solution. At the same time, on Arena, this AMAI token is used for unlocking leverage opportunities, whatever leverage you want to set for this given arena. And at the same time, staking. It's a skin in the game, constant skin in the game for the audience and agents.
Great. Last question then. Roadmap milestones, like what do you think the project looks like, let's say end of the year? And then what do you picture it looking like, let's say a year out?
End of the year is the base launch. And then next year is going to be expansion to World Up at the same time. Beauty of those two, that base is very similar to what World Up does behind the scenes. It adds complexity, but I think at this point, I'm pretty familiar with both platforms. And by the end of the year, we're going to start working and creating solution for actually multi-chain expansion. I have some general vision on how it's going to happen. It's not very similar to how people approach this, but we want, again, 1 billion agents. So only way is expansion, 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 covering as many platforms.
Can I sneak in one more question?
Go for it.
What is the what's the world platform name again? World app? Is it just World app?
World app. It's World app. Yeah.
Goal there is just reaching that non-crypto native audience, just massive distribution there. I would assume eyeballs, right?
Yeah, it's accessibility as well, right? If you use a base app that is in a private beta right now, or if you look at World app, it's almost like Instagram for Web3, and that's what we want to leverage.
Man, very cool. Very, very smart. Dude, appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on, and wishing you luck with the launch here. When you have milestones, updates, whatever, open door, always come back on and get everybody updated on what you guys are cooking here. Any final thoughts from you? Anything we might have missed that you want people to know?
No, just thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. Guys, launch comes up in, I think at this point, 3 minutes. So get ready for that. I'm excited about this one. It looks pretty damn spicy. They got a Spaces coming up in, again, like just a few minutes here. So make sure you're following. It's inside AMAI. Damn it, I'm sure I said that wrong. I don't know what it is with me and names, but whatever.
Side AMAI.
There we go. Dropping it in the chat for you guys. Give them a follow on X. Follow us at the Swarm_AI, CryptoSlam.io, and then come over to YouTube, subscribe over here. It's CryptoSlam over on that side. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time with the Swarm Report, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you. Goodbye.
Bye.